Okay, with the anniversary literally starting in 2 days at the time of posting this, and the banners dropping in 4 days at the time of posting this, I figured let's go ahead and talk about the banners and should you summon. Now, you might have already noticed, but the answer is going to be yes, because of the step ups that the global version is going to have. I'll pull it up in a second, but looking at just the banner itself, both banners are actually extremely well value and just have some of the best units on it for sure. Like if we go ahead and look at the Broly banner for the start, because he's a Dokkan Fest banner, which I would recommend summoning on more than Gogeta just because of the units on here. But if we go ahead and look at this, we have Broly, who is obviously a top 5 unit when he drops on the global version. We have Golden Frieza, who is a fantastic support unit for the super bosses category, who is almost, I would argue, like a must run, having so much damage reduction at the start, having it where he also gets more damage reduction and then gives 60% attack and 30% defense and 2 key. It does help a lot of these units out for sure. We go ahead and look at some of the other stuff, right? We have Tech Zamasu, who could still definitely work and definitely get some value out of for sure. His 80% damage reduction on the first rotation or the first turn is always just going to be a very, very powerful ability, no matter which way you want to look at it and kind of slice it. Not only that, but when the domain update does eventually drop, and we do know that it's definitely going to drop before the 10th year anniversary, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to drop around the Worldwide Download Celebration kind of era, I guess, or like the campaign that they give us. That we do know that they are going to be updating it though. When that does drop, he is going to be an even more powerful unit that will just have it where he can take 0% damage at all from like for I think it's for 5 turns. Like his domain is just so easily one of the best, just because of the fact that it makes him an unkillable character. Speaking of unkillable, Z Duo can definitely still get some work. I would definitely say that their turn 1 usage has only gone down since release, unfortunately. But the thing is that this unit can look either still top 5, or they could look like one of the top 5 worst anniversary units of all time. And the main reason why is just because of the standby. The standby actually just saves this unit so much. It's genuinely insane. So the standby condition is not that bad. It's just when anytime you're below 50% HP, or if you have attacked 4 or more times starting from the 4th turn at the start of battle. So if you float this character off, you get their 4 super switch that they definitely can get. We have it's 4 attacks, by the way, not 4 supers. But if you get a 24 key, you'll get 1 additional super attack here. You'll get the great chance when you're 18 or more. Like, you could definitely, and then as long as hidden potential gets their proc to go off, you'll be fine, right? Then once you do go into the standby, having it where you're taking less damage per key sphere that you obtain, having it where you're guarding all attacks, getting the rainbow orb changing for 4 turns makes it where it's very easy to float this character off. Even when you are doing the spirit bomb, it's just going to be a very powerful attack as well. So very, very good. Obviously pretty bad. I don't think there's much more to say other than he's just aged out. Tech gods are 100% going to get an easy A in literally less than 7 months. I want to say it's in January, right? But we probably won't see it until February, just because they always do these anniversary characters towards the end of the celebration. So 5th years, 6th years, like we see them towards part 3, right? Part 3, part EX is when they start giving us these anniversary EZAs. But 7th year is up next, so tech gods are going to be looking very, very good at that point. You know, getting some copies of them while we still can, getting all that hidden potential. That's all obviously going to be very good. S-Tier Gogeta is still usable. Tech Vegito is still usable. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and Goku get a monstrous EZA. Physical Broly exists. So yeah, like out of this entire banner, literally only 2 units are unusable as of right now, and won't be usable in the next 6 months. But everybody here is all still has insane value, right? So if we look at that, It's literally an 8 out of 10 chance that you're going to get something that's actually usable in this banner. And it's the reason why I kind of recommend it a little bit more than Gogeta's, just because of the fact that we look at something like that and it's 8 out of 10, and we look at something like this and it gets a little bit lower, right? Gogeta is obviously very, very powerful. Not much to say about him other than obviously he's going to be a top 5 unit when he drops. Trunks, try not to be like too mean about him. He's good. It's just that he has some jank to him. But if you can get his standby off, he can definitely look good. Ain's Kid Gohan has definitely lost a lot of his value in less than a year, I would say. He's a dupe dependent unit at this point, but as long as you have like the ability to stack, he doesn't look that bad for sure. It's just that he has a lot of weird stuff going on in his passive, right? Especially compared to Kaiku, for example. Physical Meta Cooler, it's just a one baiter's favorite unit. He's not usable though, especially because there's a lot more revive options that are just better at this point. Physical Broly Trio turned into a top 10 unit post EZA. Same STR UI literally just got his EZA. Can't use him. I think he literally has like one event that you can use him in, and it's like the Cyberman training, or it's like I can't remember which one it is. It's either Bardock or Vegeta's like training. It's one of those. Bardock and Gine can definitely get some use. The main issue with them is just that they have no defensive capabilities. It's just the active skill that's holding them together, or the reason why you would want to summon, or not summon, why you would want to use this character on your team. It's kind of just that, right? It's just the fact that they can have that active skill and make it where you can nullify the bad effects against you, right? Paragus and Broly is a very powerful unit, but the main issue is that, one, you have to get pretty lucky with their super attacks, because they get 26% damage reduction, meaning that they can get up to 104% damage reduction if you get all of their super attacks off. But it's a coin flip here, it's a coin flip here, and you have to be fighting a superhero or a pure Saiyans. To be fair though, Blue Zone is literally all consistently all of that, right? And they only have 2 categories, so not really too good, right? But if you run them, Pure Saiyans and Joint Forces get not only 3 key but 50% attack and defense, which is a very insanely powerful support. They also get a pretty decent key and attack boost from fighting the Pure Saiyan or superhero's enemy. Like, they're a good unit. It's literally just the teams. And if we go ahead and look at Pure Saiyans, let's just look at this, right? God Goku, who you don't want to run with extreme units. Turles. Alright, let's go ahead and look at Joint Forces. SSJ Duo. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Goku, and Vegeta. Like, you guys understand what I'm saying. It's just unless we get like a Pure Saiyan leader, you're not running this guy. You aren't. You just aren't. And then obviously AoEs can definitely damage this guy too. The good thing is that they raise defense on Super though, so that is also nice, and that lowering attack on Super as well. It's really cool. Only issue is that it doesn't. It unfortunately gets countered by Kid Buu, but that's about it. It's a good unit, like I said. It's just held back by teams. This guy's unusable, like just straight up unusable. We have to wait till an EZA. What event did he actually awaken from? Oh, it was a Super Saiyan Blues. So he should get his EZA somewhat soon. It just depended on when they want to do like a side banner unit representatives of Universe 7 or Universal Survival Saga sort of thing. I really hope they drop this restriction, but I don't think they will. But we'll see. But again, we look at the other banner. 8 out of 10 units are usable, and then we look at this. It's 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units here are usable. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. That being said, let me just pull it up real quick, because I think it's best to show it just like the image of it rather than just kind of like talk about it without it. Let me just do that real quick. All right, so I just pulled up my video because it's probably the most recent one that I could think of that has it. But anyways, or fastest one I could pull up. The step up summons on these are actually just going to be insane, and anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is a little bit of a stupid poopy head. But anyways, since the banners are going to be not only 20, no, it's 30 Dragon Stones off, and then you get the free multi, but then you also get 15 Dragon Stones off of the next one, and then the last multi of the step up will give you a guaranteed featured SSR. So looking at that, it's obviously going to be a very, very valuable thing and one of the best banners systems of all time, because as much as people want to tell you that losing out on more multi summons is a bad thing, the thing is that you can probably ask anyone. There's going to be tons of horror stories of people telling you that they summoned 1,000 stones and they got like maybe 4 or 5 featured units and all of them were pretty bad. At least with this, you're getting, how many stones is it? I think it's like 255 total. Because you get 30 stones off of the first multi and you get 15, that's 45 minus, or well, it'll be 300 minus the stones that you obviously get saved. So that'd be, yeah. So 255 stones, and then you get a guaranteed featured SSR. That's not bad, all things considered, just because of the fact that, you know, it's getting something featured guaranteed is 100% better than getting a free summon that you don't know if you're even gonna get anything. Like you could just kind of, you know, I like just compare the 4th step and the 7th step, and I guarantee you that you're gonna just get more stuff. But anyways, the one big reason that I do think that you definitely have to hold back on these banners for sure is just the fact that part 2 is going to have a lot of good units as well, and arguably better banners just all around. Like we go ahead and look at it, and we just literally just talked about it. This is going to be a 6 out of 10 banner, while this is going to be an 8 out of 10 banner. Gohan kind of counts as 3 in my book. So 3, 4. That's going to count as a 0.5. So I don't know if I would count it as a 0.5. You know what's count as a 0.5. So 4.5, 5.5. Well, MUI and Vegeta kind of carry this banner. Either way, what I'm trying to say is that the value of getting these units, like let's say that you don't get the main unit, right? You still have all of these units that you could definitely get. Obviously, we just talked about how this guy got an easy A, and these are going to get easy A's, right? And then these two are still usable. He's going to get an easy A in the future, but that's later. Meanwhile, we have this where it's just top 5 easy A, top 5 easy A. Well, hell, you could argue top 3. Top 3, maybe top 15, top 20, top 15. No, I would say top 20, top 30 LR. Not even in discussion. Same thing. But yeah, like obviously, like I said, it's the fact that Beast is obviously on this banner. He's by far number 1 in the game. It's just going to add a lot of value on this banner, especially when literally 1, 2, and 3. No matter, like, you could say what you want about some of the placements of these cards, but SCR Beast, AGL MUI, and Evo are all, no matter what top 3, no matter how you want to place them. So this is obviously one of the best banners. And like I said, if we even look at the Gogeta and compare it to the Gamma's banner, right? We have Future Gohan, who beats Future Trunks. We have Kaiku, who beats the Gohan Kid. We have Birdku, who is better than Cooler. We have Bulma. I'll give this one to the Gogeta banner. Broly Trio is better than Bulma, just because of the fact that Super Bosses is kind of doing a lot better than Dragon Ball Seekers or Earthbed Fighters at the moment. STR God Goku does beat out Fusions of Masu, but then it kind of gets back into the Gamma side of like Ins Rose is better than Goku. Trunks is probably better. No, I wouldn't say Trunks is better. He could have the defensive abilities to be better than Bardock, but I feel like Bardock is better against most opponents. And then yeah, these two easy is just like I don't know. I would just say overall though it's still better. Overall, I would say the Gammas is just better. The only thing is that Gogeta is better than Gammas, so that's something to think about. That, and we haven't actually got confirmation of what the part 2 banners will look like too. we have had part 2's change in the past as well. If we go ahead and just quickly check, I think it was Gohan Kids banner. Yeah, so Global's banner got changed for the better. So Tech Piccolo just got straight up oh, I thought it was S tier Piccolo, unless they just didn't update it for some reason. Oh, that's right, they switched to the LRs. Either way, they've updated the banners in the past. We kind of just have to wait until we see what is going to happen with that. But you know, that's basically my thoughts. Is if I had to like sum up everything, I would say you can go ahead and try to get some of these new units. Just don't go too heavily, especially because part 2 is going to come up, and part 2 has some of slightly better, if not just outright better banners. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did find it at least a little bit insightful, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Not only does it let me know that I'm doing a good job, but also lets YouTube know I'm doing a good job and pushes the video out more, which helps me directly too. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you as always, Wolfring member. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your week, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.